Munchkin's Reaction Theatre. Pinocchio and the Emperor of the Night. There's a fine line between ambition and exploitation. Crossing that line puts into question exactly how much creative freedom should be allowed, whose toes you're willing to step on along the way, and then also when you start taking that creative freedom for granted and choose to continue anyway. To me, visual quality should never be sacrificed for the sake of quantity. The only time visual quality should be sacrificed is for story. If you have to choose between good visuals and good storytelling, always go for good storytelling. Filmation gave in to temptation with its animated features by leeching off the success of Disney, which caused its inevitable, but frankly deserved, downfall. What Filmation did right though was imaginative storytelling, and this version of the story of Pinocchio is no different. Pinocchio and the Emperor of the Night, released in 1987, is an unofficial sequel to Disney's version of Pinocchio, which was released in 1940. Though the quality in animation is pretty poor and awkward, and I mean really awkward. Seriously, I can't decide whether to laugh or shudder at this face right here. Anyway, the tone of the story is closer to the original books, being far darker and much more twisted than the Disney version. The story is engaging and the characters are likeable, and unlike the Disney version, it has genuine tension and horror stringing the whole thing together. The story of Pinocchio to me is meant to be a morality tale that teaches the importance of hard work and values. The Disney version may be iconic and memorable, but to me felt a little too simple, preachy and straightforward. Not to mention episodic and a little too down to earth. Here there is a better structure that feels more intact and has much more magic and whimsy throughout the runtime. It was genuinely chilling in some moments, seeing Pinocchio blissfully unaware that he was turning back into a puppet, while bewitched and entranced by the temptations within the carnival. There's a hopelessness here and is very unnerving, but this sadly worked against the horror being as impactful as it was meant to be. For me, horrific moments have far more impact if there is good juxtaposition. This movie doesn't have that. The whole movie feels off, uncanny and disturbing. It just peaks at certain moments. The reason why the donkey transformation is so scary in the Disney version is because you are lulled into a false sense of security along with the characters. Here you are very aware of something unnerving and it gets old pretty fast. Saying that though, there's still a lot going for this movie. It isn't so much about conscience or choosing between right or wrong, but rather about the difference between freedom and subjugation. It is a movie about gratitude, being grateful for your freedom of choice and your right to decide for yourself what is right and wrong, and never taking that for granted. And to me, that is a very valuable thing to teach, and sets this movie apart from the Disney version. Sadly, at the same time though, the film's animation is sloppy, and at times is also, if you pardon the pun, a little wooden. I know, I'm sorry I wrote that. This movie didn't hurt as much as Happily Ever After did, and I have to admit, this movie's unnerving tone gripped me more than I expected. Choosing between this and the Disney version is tough, but I am grateful I have the choice in the first place. I'm Mad Munchkin. Stay creative. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video, and before you go, don't forget to click that like button and check out some of my other content too. And hey, if you really like what you saw and want to see more, go ahead and click subscribe. Don't forget you can also show your support by following the official Mad Munchkin Facebook page for convention announcements, as well as links to my 2 online shops where you can purchase some of my artwork. Also keep an eye out on the DeviantArt page for announcements on when I am open for commissioned work. Don't forget you can also show your support by becoming a Patreon on my Patreon page, where you can win exclusive rewards like badges, stickers, discounts on commissions and limited edition personally signed prints, as well as giving me ideas for what to cover in future videos. Thank you so much for watching and see you again soon.